What's up, guys? Welcome to the Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We're here to bring you weekly nerd news. Why are we what?
So dark on the screen. That's what it's.
I think because that light hasn't kicked. I gotta fix the light bulbs or whatever. Anyways, guys, welcome to the podcast. You listen to this mostly anyways. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to look at our ugly mugs sitting at you, staring at you for an hour anyways. I don't blame you. No, I don't. Anyways, guys, we are back. Sorry we missed last week. We couldn't make this work. So we'll sprinkle in some... I don't know why I OCD'd that. But, yeah. We missed some stuff last week, so we'll fill in what we kind of missed if there's anything important. And then we'll go over... Exactly. None of it's important. Anyways, so the big news this week for the first thing, let's just start off. We'll talk about the Birds of Prey trailer. Birds of Prey and the... blah, 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 Harley Quinn. Fuck it. It's a
emancipation.
I don't care.
I
don't care.
Quinn.
I don't give a fuck.
Long title.
Probably
a record for the longest movie title, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty...
What other movie title is that long?
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring?
That one's 9. Quinn is 11.
Jeez, I can't think of anything else that'd be 11. What? Nothing.
And I counted all words like and the
yeah.
Like.
Yeah, nothing is that long. That's ridiculous of a title. It's just stupid. And why you could have just called it Birds of Prey, but you know why you couldn't call it Birds of Prey? Because it's a goddamn Harley Quinn.
They're not in the movie.
This is 2 minutes of just Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no problem with Harley Quinn, but your sole focus seems to be Harley Quinn.
But you got to commit to a Harley Quinn movie. Yeah. Tell us, hey, Harley Quinn, the movie.
Yeah.
And then show us a trailer with Birds of Prey in it, and it would make sense. But
this is Harley Quinn setting up the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because I may be mistaken here, but I'm pretty sure Oracle sets up the Birds of Prey.
Who I believe is not in this movie.
It was not in this movie, and it is Canary, Huntress, and Oracle.
Yes.
And I think they add one more later.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't have a name or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of half basing it whatever.
I think the other one is King, the girl that's in there.
I'm half basing it on the TV show I watched 15 years ago at this point, maybe longer.
CW.
Exactly, we'll get to that. And then kind of what I remember from the actual comic itself.
So this movie has no praise.
No
birds are in this movie. From watching this trailer, there are no birds in this trailer.
No.
The villain, I believe, is Ewan McGregor, and it looks like he owns like a nightclub or something.
And he's just hamming it up.
Yeah. I don't know his character.
I don't get what this movie is. What is it? Why is Black Mask after the fucking Prey and Harley Quinn? What does she do? Mm-hmm. The only cool parts in it is she buys her hyenas.
I did see the hyena.
And I like that. And she's hanging out with them, and they do the little spaghetti thing. Yeah. I'm like, that's cool. I like that bit. I
like that one frame.
I love hearing her say Mr. J.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But her voice instantly seemed off this time, and I'm like, when I watched it, not that I know if I will, but it wanted me to go and watch Squad again and be like, was she this irritating in that? Or is she just doing something different this time slightly, and her voice seemed different. The accent she's going for is a little, I don't know, and it was like, this is too much, and I'm not liking this now, and like, the rest of the character seems to just be turned up to 11 because she is obviously the focal point of the movie.
Yeah.
And, I just was like questioning if I even liked her performance in this or if I even liked it originally in Squad. Other thing, not a big fan of, again, it seems like the characters are by name only.
Yeah.
But Zaz in this movie.
Oh, right, yeah, he's in this movie.
He was the blonde guy.
Yeah.
With the scars on his face.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a big fan of that.
I'm just going to chalk this up to Birds of Prey was cast and set and done before Shazam, Aquaman, and the Wonder Woman made it better. I'm just gonna chalk it up to this is the
last of the old.
The last of the old ones. Because that's what it looks like.
It looks like it, but it's not.
It looks like DC just missing the mark completely again.
Again, yeah. No surprise there.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's because I moved the plug thing earlier. But yeah, it just...
Was that beep? Is that where the beep was from?
Yeah, because the hard drive was like half... When I moved this cord, it pulled it sideways.
Anyways, so... yeah, it just looks like, again, DC just missed the mark and not knowing what the tone was a little weird. Like, what are they going for? It looked like it was all over the place.
I don't know.
I didn't like the visuals of it
because it's still that stupid Suicide Squad look.
It still had that Suicide Squad
and I
look.
guarantee, like, they're just gonna fucking put intro cards all over this thing.
I think it's gonna have intro cards. I think it's gonna be like a Deadpool in a way. Like, she's gonna definitely be talking to us directly.
What annoys me is, like, if they've ever read Harley Quinn in the comic and even the recent comic, she is
crazy and zany in the new comic.
But she's not Deadpool. This is Deadpool female.
Yeah.
And, like, but in the comic, she's not that way. She's a deep character with actual shit going on.
Like, she is smart.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like,
maybe we'll see it more in the actual movie itself.
But, which I won't know for at least a year from now, because I will not pay to see this.
So
this is one that I'm watching on HBO Max when it fucking comes out to the fucking.
I was talking to someone that I was talking to the other day, and I was like, we should introduce a segment on this podcast called "Things We Were Super Hyped For, but Finally Got Around to Watching."
We should,
because
that is quite long.
Because this weekend I am going to watch Yesterday. That Beatles movie that we were super hyped for.
Oh, yeah.
I never got to watching it, and I'm going to watch it this weekend. But I think that would be a perfect thing. Because if you go back and look over the 96 episodes of this podcast, there are so many things that we're like, yeah, fucking awesome. I can't wait to see this movie. And then we don't see it for 8 months.
Or we
just forget. Like, we forget to watch these movies. I'm like, we should definitely introduce this as a fucking recurring segment of, hey, remember that cool thing we were talking about we were going to watch or
in
whatever?
Episode 36, I said I was going to watch this movie. Well, in episode 102, I finally did.
And then just be like, it was great. And that's the segment.
It faded. I shouldn't have watched it.
I was thinking about that yesterday when I was
did watch Hellboy, like the new one, 19.
Yeah, I watched that a couple months ago.
Yeah, I watched the last one.
Oh, yeah, because we talked about it. I watched it. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. I liked it. I didn't see the big hate with it. I didn't see, like, the big... They are
right. It's definitely just disjointed and ultimately disappointing.
A little bit, but I didn't think it was any worse because earlier this year I had watched the other two, like the first two from years ago, and I was like, "This is just as bad as those." Like, it was just as bad and just as good as those. Like, I didn't. I found them all to be like 6 out of 10. Like, it didn't, like they were all like nothing fucking broke the mold. Nothing was like incredible with the first ones. Like. So, like...
The first one, it was the acting and everything that made it. I think this newer one,
Vaguely, like...
But, like, Perlman, Jug Jones, Hurt, and Blair.
Yeah, well, the list is quite...
But even in this one, you've got David Harbour.
Yeah, I like Harbour.
And that's...
And Ian McShane?
I guess he was alright.
Yeah, McShane's an awesome actor.
Yeah, but, like... And then everyone else kind of just is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was just like...
And I think there's more of, like, a plot and going on. This one already has, like, established world and rules for this, whereas I think the first one was introducing it a lot better.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, the introduction is different in the first one. This one, it's like, oh, he's already there and he already left the organization.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like, he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
He's but, like I said, I mean... He's a red demon with a big fist, and he drinks and he swears and he smokes. Like I said, it was just as bad as the other ones. So I thought, like, hey, like, if you like those ones, I could totally see why when they made this, they're like, oh, I think this one will work well too, because like it's just as bad as those.
And it was another one of those things where they're like, oh, we're gonna go full out like R or whatever, and I'm like, but you kind of didn't.
Yeah, like,
And,
it was
like,
rated R, but, like, I didn't see anything.
If you're going to hold it to that, do it.
Yeah, like, he cursed a few times.
We've seen that a few
blood,
times where, like, things are like, we're
it could've
going
been
all the
13 and
hardcore.
made some more money, though. You know, like, it
Yeah.
easily could have toned it down, especially when you don't go balls to the walls like they should have.
Yeah.
They easily could have toned it down and got 13 and made a few extra bucks.
They could have, but they didn't.
But yeah, I like I said, if it was on like Netflix, I'd throw it on again or something.
I definitely watch it more than I want to watch Birds of Prey.
As of right now, yeah, 100%.
And I'm just
like I said, I'm not going to see this one in the theaters. My movies next year for 2020 are not looking great as it is from like a what's the Marvel slate for next year?
Nothing I really care about.
I don't think so either.
I can jack
like,
shit.
And next year for DC is Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman, and I'm below interest in Birds of Prey. Right now, I'm at 0 for Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, I'm like 50, but I'm waiting to see a trailer to see what they're doing.
Yeah, like right now, I'm at baseline. I'm just complete flatline at 0 for Wonder Woman.
Whereas,
I have no interest in this movie.
Whereas, like, as soon as they start doing Aquaman 2, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Shazam 2, let's go. Fuck, even Pattinson's Batman right now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm in.
Let's go.
Yeah, I want to see this.
But
Wonder Woman, I'm just like, I need to see something.
Like, they're putting out pictures of the Eternals, and I'm like, I just do not give a flying fuck. I just swallowed a shit ton of air. Did you hear that?
I heard you.
I was like, fuck it. I'm more interested in DC or Marvel's TV slate, even DC's TV slate, than I am any of the theatrical of what's happening.
For next year,
nothing. Mm-hmm. Speaking of theatrical stuff, sometimes I just like working segues. They have worked out a deal between Disney and Sony for Spider-Man. They will
25% up front for the cost, 25% gross profit in the end for the final Spider-Man trilogy, like Spider-Man third movie, with one option, like one cameo in another movie.
Strange.
Yeah, like
Strange. 100% strange. Mm-hmm. They're not going to waste them in Eternals. They're not going to put him in Black Panther. They're not going to put him in the Ten Rings movie.
The shade changes.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the first part of the... And then, what else did they have? Blade. They're not going to put him in Blade. Yeah. So, and I can't remember anything else.
I thought one of them wasn't announced, and was one of them untitled?
Something wasn't, but I think they held off on Black Panther because they wanted something to do at Disney.
Oh, okay.
When they announced it, yeah. They're not going to put him in that, but strange, I could see them putting him in, yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. I'm at the point now, because they could do this to finish off this Spider-Man trilogy within...
and kind of, because I haven't seen Far From Home. But from what I've read, and obviously big spoilers, I know you've seen it, right?
Okay.
They set him up as like the king shit, Turd Island.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Right?
Yeah. Not full on spoilers, but like...
Yeah, but they set him up pretty big to be a continuing part of this world. Where then they were like, oh shit, he's not coming back. Like, we put some eggs in that basket and he's running away with it. Right? Like, whereas, they can either downplay where they might have been going.
Yeah.
Just so like... he can pop in and out between the two worlds, and like we don't need him in every fucking movie or what. Like
I very much like it.
Robert,
like
Tony Stark.
Yeah,
right?
I very much like it. They could finish off the trilogy and then go off and make their own stuff, or they could make another deal, which clearly like
they're willing to keep talking.
And he's one of the main catalysts to why they got back together.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But, like, if he convinced them, like, we need to keep doing this deal to make good Spider-Man movies, then fine. But if not, at least they finish off this trilogy and they won't shoehorn them into anything else or try to finish off their own sets of movies badly, because that's, let's face it, they were going to rush it. It was going to be bad. And they're like, hey, be in Venom 2. Mm-hmm.
But I still like to see him be in Venom 2.
I would like to see him. And he can. But, like, don't just shoehorn him in.
No, but put him in.
Actually plan and build and do and whatever. Now you know you have another movie you can build and do whatever. Mm-hmm. Hell, if fucking just have goddamn Marvel play nice and put fucking Venom in the damn movie anyways. Mm-hmm. You could set that up. There's no reason. Tom Hardy could easily tone down Venom to make him work in the goddamn Spider-Man movie. Be fucking easy. I'm just happy they worked it out. There's one more movie. They could finish off whatever plans they had to do that. Mm-hmm. And if they want to, they could keep going. But yeah.
It's like a movie and a half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm happy for that after everything that went down. Speaking of Disney, Kevin Feige, what the fuck his name is, has been tapped to do a Star Wars movie.
I saw that, yeah.
And I'm like, cool. If they could make that him take what he learned there and do it over there, cool. And like after this trilogy ends, the Skywalker saga shit.
That's in December too. I forgot that it was.
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
No, there's nothing on the slate right now.
Because they gave it to those guys, but like it doesn't seem like those are going anywhere.
Well, you got Ray Johnson who did the last movie, whatever that was called, I forget.
And they're just basically erasing everything he did anyways in this next one.
But he's doing his own trilogy.
Yeah. And
then they've given the Game of Thrones guys their own set of trilogy too.
Which, please take that away from them.
It seemed like they weren't best on the creating ideas themselves. Part of Game of Thrones.
They were not. No.
And then they have just those two, and now Feige.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where Star Wars goes after the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, horrible. Terrible fucking title, but
JJ's back at Warner Brothers now.
Yeah, hopefully they give him a DC project.
Mm-hmm. What else is there?
I was just. Oh,
is there any more of the one-offs?
No, Solo did so bad that they're like, we're not doing these anymore.
We're done.
And I think they put out a statement saying they fucked that up
by rushing it out. I read that.
So kind of funny right now is doing their in review. They just finished A New Hope. I'm not gonna watch the Star Wars movies as they did it. I did with Harry Potter because I haven't watched Harry Potter, half of them anyways. So I was like, I want to watch these to get the. I've watched the Star Wars movies enough that like I know.
Yeah.
Especially the original trilogy of Hope, Empire, and Return. I'm very intrigued to see what their final thing will be.
How they order them?
Yeah.
Are they going all the way up to...
They're doing...
Skywalker.
Yeah.
So they're doing all 9.
Yeah.
They're not doing Rogue?
They are. They're doing Rogue and they're doing Solo. Okay. So I'm like... I'm going to have to watch Rogue again. I really liked it, but I've only seen it the once. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I guess I got to watch Solo.
I just listened to the ones that I've never seen the movies for.
I like seeing the movie before I do it. And most of the movies they've covered, I've either seen a bunch of times or I'm willing to sit through it. Like, I can sit through Solo, I guess. We'll see. If it's fucking annoying in the first 10 minutes, I'll shut off. But like Harry Potter, I was like, fine, I'll sit through this little fucking pissant. It was fine. But it's just funnier, like, knowing the movie and watching it. Like, now they may not do Terminator, but they're still trying to work it. I'm like, oh, please do Terminator. I want them to rip Terminator 1 and New 1 so bad. And I have to go back and watch T1. Because I don't...
this year.
I haven't watched it in a few years. Oh. But, like, Judgment Day, I watched all the goddamn time because it's just so good.
It doesn't look good.
Dark Fate?
No, well that, but...
No, Terminator T1 does not hold up. T2 does, amazingly. It looks great. And speaking of the Terminator, that whole segue was not going into a segue. I just wanted to talk about Star Wars for a second.
You segued twice on that.
I'm just... Sometimes I pull out segues. Wish I had a Segway.
Could you ride a Segway?
Nah, fuck no. I'd fall on my fucking face.
Would just zip out from under
It's like those like scooter thing, like the
without the hands.
Yeah, I'd face plant right away. Yeah. I fucking know it. They showed off the. God damn it! I said I've been trying not to Been so good lately.
Just instead of
Goes to Goes to Anyways, what the fuck was that minute and a half of bullshit? They showed off the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11. He looks fucking dope. Sounds like an idiot, but looks cool. I was kind of annoyed that they went with his Dark Fate look, but watching him, I kind of dig it.
I like it.
His fighting style looks cool. It's very much based off of just like stiff movements of like how the thing would move. And then it looks like at some point you can fuck up his skin and he does become a little bit stronger as the exoskeleton. And his fatality is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Doing it. And I love the homage to T2 or even T1 where he like pulls the shotgun out of the case. But instead of like this time it's flowers, it's Johnny Cage action figures. And he just steps on them as he goes. So early access is October 8th, and then I think probably like a week after that is that. I'm like, fuck, I really want to play MK, but I'm like, do I just wait until everybody's out, which is like next March, and then just end up just buying that collector's pack they release for the same price anyways, and then I'll actually use these fucking characters? Because like it happened the last 2 times. I still haven't played the Ninja Turtles and Injustice. And I'm like, it's the goddamn Ninja Turtles!
I haven't played them either. I never even purchased them.
I didn't, but I was going to buy that, the Turtles just themselves or whatever, maybe in the past, but like, this is what I hate about DLC characters like this. And we talked about this before when they announced this.
It fades. The hype of the game fades, and then 8 months later, you're giving me a new character.
And I did the same thing with Mortal Kombat 10, where I bought the pass, played the first couple characters, and then just was like, okay, that was fun. I'm done. Because like at that point, you're just like, what are these characters? Unless you're playing this on the regular, like you're not gonna do this.
Plus, they all fight the same fucking way.
Oh yeah, when watching thing, you can see like Scorpion's teleport when he does the teleport and just shit like that. But
it's all just copy and paste,
basically. But
you said it yourself. The background's one of the ones from DC.
As soon as that trailer opened, that is totally the hanger from Injustice. Is it 1 or 2 that's in?
I think 2. But
2. Yeah. That's totally the hanger. They just put more military shit from. Yeah, I'm like come on, we got you. And apparently this comes with like a bunch of like skins based off the other stuff, and like there's a Harley Quinn thing for Cassie Cage. But I just saw this and I was like, that's cool. There's a clip on here. It's like 30 seconds. I didn't watch it, but he meets Shao Kahn for the first time. I'm like, that's got to be cool to watch. I didn't, but it's got to be cool.
It's be cool to watch.
I didn't, but it's good. Speaking of things that are cool that I did watch, the State of Play we missed because we didn't record that week. But The Last of Us Part 2 got a release date of February 21st. Yes. Yeah, 2020. The trailer looks awesome. The story-wise looks good but tropey. And we saw Joel. Yeah. Yeah, Joel. He's alive. Finally confirmed it after we've seen trailers.
That the guy?
Yeah. Finally seen it after trailers and trailers of things. I've just played The Last of Us, finally finished it on stream. You can watch all the stream highlights on the channel playlist. But yeah, looks awesome. Looks like there's some new enemies, dogs. Everyone has their own heartbeat, according to the article we saw beforehand. So that should be an interesting gameplay mechanic. It's apparently the biggest game Naughty Dog has ever done. It's not open world, but you can still kind of like big environment stuff. Even the other game was kind of like that. And they explain why it's not open world, and I'm like, you can tell why it's not open world.
Because it's story driven.
It's immersive story driven. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. I don't want it to be open world. I just want to play the story, go through, and react accordingly to the things that are on here. Like that first beat in the first one where the kid dies. You're like, oh, that's fucking sad.
Is that the one where was that where the kid runs out into the street? What game was that?
No, that's
What game was that? And we spent an hour trying to save this fucking kid from running out of the goddamn car.
It's oh god, it's Heavy Rain.
Yes.
Yeah, where he's like, Michael. Is it Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
he loses him at a mall or
yeah,
something.
and he thought we tried to save him so many times, but it turns out he just has to die for storyline purposes.
We spent like an hour trying to stop this kid from running onto the fucking road.
Yeah. There's this great video that someone clipped out. It's a streamer, and I don't remember her name. But they clipped it out, and she's playing The Last of Us, and this big emotional scene just happens in the game. And it's somber, and it opens up, and it's now winter. And we are really tired because we just worked all day, and it's like 6 o'clock. I am on coffee.
6:40, yeah. And I'm like, I need a nap and a half.
We usually record at like 4 on Friday.
2 hours earlier.
Just so we're not half asleep. But it's this big emotional scene, and then it cuts to winter, and there's all the snow, and the girl's just like, oh, this is nice, and a little bunny hops by. And she's like, oh, how cute. And then the fucking main character fucking clips it in the neck with an arrow. I'll show you after. It's fucking hilarious. But just her reaction to it is just like the funniest fucking thing on the planet. And like, I've seen it before, but a few months ago it just started trending again because it came back up, and I kept showing people, this is the funniest fucking clip ever. But like, I understand her reaction to like what happened, but also just watching this bunny get it after, you're like, oh, it's too fucking funny. But yeah, too funny. But
6 million views on this thing.
I don't blame it. It's a good trailer. It sets up the story. You see a little bit of like gameplay stuff. And yeah, the biggest thing was the date. And that's what everyone wanted. Now we know. Also, now we know we're fucked because those 3 months, there's 3 big-ass games. This, then fuck, I forgot the order. Either way, it's this, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, even though they haven't labeled it Part 1, and Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. Fuck. That's like, those are 3 massive games in that 3-month window of, I think it's February, March, and April. Shitballs. And this is one, like, you could play, it's probably like 12 hours, maybe. Mm-hmm. But Cyberpunk is going to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
And then, same with Final Fantasy VII. You could probably blow through the story of that in maybe 15 hours, but all the side shit will take you not as long. But, oh man, Cyberpunk's going to, like, The Witcher is fucking massive. So just imagine how big Cyberpunk's going to be. Mm-hmm. Plus, it's got Keanu in it. So there's that. We have not rambled nearly enough.
No, it's 27.
What else we got? Crossplay is officially out of beta for PlayStation now. So any game that wants to be crossplay can be. And I'm like, cool. Apex, let's go. Make that shit crossplay and then put it on the Switch. I would love for that to be crossplay because I'm kind of just chipping away at the Xbox, leveling up, just kind of off kilter, just to try other like stuff. But if it was crossplay and I could play with the people that I play with on the PS4 on here,
on the Xbox,
that'd be fucking great. And then I could just level up both as I went, kind of thing. Because Season 3 is in full swing right now, and that new map is gorgeous.
I saw they added grass. It looked like they were more leafy.
It is. It's this one planet where like it looks like it's like a lava like foresty type thing, and there is puddles of like water that are like the hot springs type of thing where you're walking through it. But then in this one section, there's like ice and snow everywhere, and it looks like they were drilling into the ground, and there was just big explosion of like ice and snow, and it just like fucked the rest of the settlement because you can see there's like these tall ass fucking buildings just covered in snow, but the rest of the map is all this fire, grass, and thing. It's just, and the map is fucking massive, and there's this cool train that goes around the map.
Can you ride the train?
Yeah, you can hop on the train. It's like, you know, in the other game where the drop ship was the big hot point?
Yeah.
The train is now the hot point. And you can go, you can stop it, you can grab loot. It's crazy to fight on this train, though. And then, like, you go to stations and loot boxes pop out of the station, and then if you don't get it fast enough, they go down as the train leaves, but you can stop.
And anyone can stop the train?
Yeah, you just walk up and stop the button. I was playing the other day, and
You're playing conductor.
we forgot the guy, and like I couldn't hear what they were saying, so I just started the train, and the guy's like, he started it, he's going, and the guy's running behind the train trying to get it. I was like, oh shit, whoops. But yeah, the map.
Push the button.
Yeah, I thought he said push the button. I always push the button. But yeah, the map's bigger than the other one. You can't play the other one right now. They might introduce some Halloween event that's back on there at night with like zombies and shit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's all I wanted was the first map, was just be nighttime. I think that would be cool. It's always daytime. Yeah, it's always daytime. I think that would be cool to play that map at night if they could work out a way to do it. But yeah, so crossplay, you can introduce it to anything now. Apex said they couldn't do the way the game is programmed, they can't do cross progression just because of the way their back end works within systems. I'm like, I get that. A lot of games aren't anyways. Mm-hmm. But cross play and cross save is basically what I want from like a shit ton of those games. Mm-hmm. But yeah. PS4 controllers now work with Apple devices. That's kind of cool.
So I can sync it up to my phone?
Yeah. I think it's so you could use like the PlayStation Now apps and stuff with the controllers, or just any Apple game. Yeah, basically. That's kind of cool because before it didn't work. And then they dropped the price of PlayStation Now. I think it's $10 a month now. And then they also added God of War, The Last of Us, I think. No, it was already on there. They added a bunch of big name games that you can play now. So you can, like, if you have PlayStation Now on the PC, you can basically play God of War without the PS4. And it's basically to compete with Xbox Game Pass, which is a really cool service. And Sony's trying to, compete with that, but not put all their first party titles on there. Marvel's Iron Man got a release date of February 28th, 2020, VR. They talked a little bit about the story stuff. I guess it's New York Con, right? Mm-hmm. So there's stuff coming out from things. But yeah, so Ghost is the main antagonist of this game. There's a story trailer, but I didn't watch too much of it because I don't want to get too hyped for this game because I probably will never play it unless I get a VR at some point for the PlayStation. But it's cool that they got that, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like more down the line. They announced a new hero for the Marvel Avengers game. Miss Marvel is going to be in the game, and she is a main protagonist in the game. They were talking about the story, and 5 years after M-Day, AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, is kind of like running the show type of thing in terms of saving people. And she's not about that. She wants to be a hero. And I guess like her arc will probably be trying to work with the Avengers to like find out whatever happened, and along with whatever Avengers we have type of thing. And I'm like, that's cool. I like her character. She's awesome. And she was one of those Marvel characters that was introduced during the Marvel New days. Yeah, the New days. And people actually like her because she's a fully developed character with like, stuff. Mm-hmm. She's not just shoehorned into the role of Miss Marvel because they had a different Miss Marvel. Yeah. And Captain Marvel and other things. But yeah, I know why you're laughing. But yeah, she's an actual character.
I don't think you do, but I'll tell you.
I know why you're laughing. But anyways, she's a cool character. I actually read her entire first run of series. It's actually a really good one. I haven't read her current one, but that's cool. We see in one of the games that Thor leaves his hammer behind in one of the trailers or a cutscene or something in front of the fallen thing of Cap, right? Mm-hmm. They're kind of teasing that the unworthy storyline, but not in the way the comics did it. That just like Cap dies and Thor's like, oh, I'm not worthy to carry my own hammer, so I'm going to leave it here. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's going to pick it back up at some point. So that'll be a whole like arc redemption for him. I am more hyped for this game than I was. Mm-hmm. I'm about 80% hyped now. Now that they've fully explained that this game is going to be single player and just multiplayer stuff additionally if you want to. If not, there is a story-driven thing that you can just play. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, cool. So it's going to be like Marvel Spider-Man, but just with the Avengers. All right, I'm in. Here you go. The character models still kind of look like crap, but the alternate skins.
It looks like they've been working on them.
And the alternate skins look better. Yeah. I've seen it. I'm trying not to see a lot of it because I want the skin.
I just keep seeing like the same shot of like the 5 of them. Yeah. And then like a newer updated one of the 5 of them. I'm like, okay, I see like they've worked
on it. And the Hulk skins were leaked. And I'm like, I'm trying not to look at them because I don't want to see a lot of the skins. I like being surprised. Like one of the best thing about Marvel Spider-Man is how many different skins he has and which ones you can get and unlock and find. Exactly. In his underwear with his hat thing. That's funny to just play that game as that.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Let's skip to the Wendy's one.
This is just hilarious. So this isn't a joke. But Wendy's, the fast food chain, released a full fantasy pen and paper tabletop RPG. It's called Feast of Legends. And obviously it draws heavily from Dungeons and Dragons. You pick your characters, 5 stats, blah, blah, blah. And you choose one of 12 orders.
1 second. Players can choose to play as Beefy Order of the Baconator, the Roguelike Order of the Chicken McNuggets, or the Magical Order of the Frosty.
This is hilarious. Eating a Wendy's fast food item grants you a buff, while eating fruit from a frozen burger joint or pizza causes your stats to drop. So basically, like, if you eat a McDonald's burger, your stats are going to drop. It's set in the realm of Beef's Keep. A land splintered by various kingdoms. The red-headed queen of Freshtovia provides a beacon of hope against the realm of Creeping Veiled, ruled by the creepy king with the paper crown.
Wonder who that is. The creepy king with the paper crown. And the United Clown Nations, ruled by the Ice Jester. These are a little on the nose there, Wendy. you got a king who wears a crown, and you got the Clown Nation.
Feast of Legend also comes with a 5-part campaign in which they battle the Ice Jester through Beach Keep, which includes a fight on top of the Ice Jester's playhouse, a not so subtle tie into McDonald's play area that even has a ball pit. I guess, what? Oh, Critical Role. Actually tonight, in about 5 minutes, for those post-dated if you want to check this out later, they're actually going to play this game on Critical Role. It's the big Twitch channel that plays D&D. They're like a massive people, and I think Kind of Funny worked with them once to do a campaign a long time ago.
I think I remember that. Yeah, at the house.
Back at the thing. And yeah, they're obviously huge. But I would love to check this out because I would love to see it. I might just pop in there and just watch like 5 minutes of it to see it. But you could actually go and download the rules off the website and start your own adventures in Beef Kingdom.
That's crazy.
I saw this.
I hope it lasts. Like, I hope this just 10 years from now,
because
people are still playing
this is what, like, even Mario Maker recently, Arby's, and I think Wendy's made a level as well in Mario Maker. This is just another way of, like, reaching out to various things and, like, expanding your stuff. Like, this is hilarious, but it looks like someone actually put thought and care into it.
Yeah, if they did, it can last, and I hope it does.
Because this is just amazing, and I hope they, like, add on campaigns and, like, keep going. Like, if I had any interest in playing D&D, I would try this, but I don't, so maybe I'll get a bunch of people that I stream with to be like, hey, you guys want to do this on a stream? It's really stupid, but it'd probably be funny. But yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, we have to talk about that, because you know what we didn't talk about? It reminds me of the KFC Colonel Sanders dating simulator.
Yes.
We were going to have that if we didn't have enough stories, but we have enough, but I still want to talk about it. You can do a full-on dating sim, and with fucking Colonel Sanders, but sexy Colonel Sanders. And, like, you go through culinary school, and you can date and do this, blah, 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 but it's a full-on free game that you play and can hook up with Colonel Sanders, I guess. That's fucking hilarious. And, again, it's just another people love dating sims and people love Kentucky Fried Chicken, especially in fucking Japan and shit. Mm-hmm. So that shit just works. And it's really fucking funny. What are you gonna do? Also, Marvel announced Realms of Champions. Didn't say much what the game was, but it just looks like another multiverse fighter where there's like tap the screen and shit. Yeah. They love those things. Makes them big money, which I don't blame them. I've never played them. The last game I played on my phone was the Marvel Runner, Spider-Man Ultimate. Yeah. And that was fun. And then I got annoyed that I couldn't unlock anything else because the game got really hard. I was like, I'm done. We'll talk about that shit last. This thing. Big Mouth got a spin-off called Human Resources. It's going to deal with the hormone monsters, I guess, working out of their offices. We kind of see it in season 2. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is now live, which I'm like, yes, I'm going to watch that. Because I love that show. But yeah, we'll see the hormone monsters, so it'll basically be them working in their office. I'm like, that could be really funny. And it was one of the things that we talked about a couple weeks ago where like those guys all got that big deal with Netflix. Yes. This is one of the shows out of that. So it makes sense when you have a huge property like Big Mouth to just spin off of it. Exactly. Look at Seth MacFarlane. He makes the same 4 shows with just different characters. Look at Matt Groening does the same thing too. He's got Futurama, The Simpsons, and Disenchanted. All similar, kind of different. All in varying degrees of quality depending on when you watch them. People will argue Simpsons hasn't been good since season 4.
I think it's never been better.
I think it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
They say the same thing about Futurama, where like they say the first 2 seasons sucks, and then anything else after it aired on Fox that went to Comedy Central sucks. I'm like, I think the entire series is fucking dope. Go to hell. But I digress. Speaking of fast food, even though I jumped off that segue, someone got Doom running on a McDonald's cash register. Like the new one. Not the new one. Like the original Doom.
No. But like, you mean like the touch screen, like the serve yourself menus, or like an actual
No, the ones when they go to the counter and punch shit in.
Yeah, that register.
Yeah. But
that thing doesn't has the screen is just a little you know what I mean? It's just that little scroll bar screen.
No, it's the touch on the touchscreen side. On their side. Yeah, on their side he got it working, and then he used splitters and stuff to get it to work. So yeah, and he hooked up Doom. He's hoping to get Sonic Adventures running on it. And I'm like, that's just cool. I guess McDonald's was upgrading their tills, and I guess he bought the old one. Oh, okay. Just to try this. But I'm like, that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Just dumb things people do to learn dumb things.
To waste money and kill time.
Exactly. I'm like, I would never think to do that, but he did, so good for him. I'm like, I'll just play Doom on the Switch, where it is. Pokemon showed off the new anime with a new trailer and stuff. For the first time ever, it will have 2 main protagonists, Ash and some other kid I don't care about. Basically, I don't know. I don't know why they had to. Maybe to phase Ash out at some point.
Do you think it's Ango?
His name is Ango? Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure he has a name. I just didn't care to click on the article to read it.
I'm just thinking Ango and Ash.
Tango.
And Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just took the letters off.
I know.
Ango and Ash.
I'm explaining the joke because it sucked.
Oh. That did not need to be explained. They got it.
Also, the fact that we're referencing Tango and Cash,
never seen the movie. Just know the names, and it worked with Ash. Never seen the movie. Probably never will. I won't even put that on the I should watch that list. I'll never watch it.
You're an Ash. But yeah, it's kind of, this guy might stay in the Galar region, and Ash might be going off to other places because that was the big thing of him going everywhere. But it's cool to see that Ash will be in the anime after winning, because initially they did say if he ever won the last league tournament or any tournament, and that would be the end of the Pokemon series, because like he won. Because apparently when you win something, you're just done. You never try to win anywhere else.
Makes sense. I know I would.
Yeah.
Once I win once, I'm done.
Well, yeah, we're lazy though. But like, I saw a couple of like people applying it to real worlds, and they're like, "Oh, so when Michael Jordan won, he was just like, I'm out." He's like, I'm done.
Wipes his hands.
Yeah,
walks
he's
off
like,
the
I
court.
got one.
Well, he did, and then he came back, and then he left, and he came back, and then he...
No, he did that once, and allegedly it was to pay off his gambling debts or something. I would love to know that story. But yeah, more Pokemon anime. Good God, that show is fucking old, and so are we. Speaking of things I will probably actually watch as opposed to the Pokemon anime, which I probably will not watch, Kevin Smith announced Clerks 3 with Muse, Jeff Anderson, and everyone else who was in the first one who didn't die. If you don't know that joke and you haven't watched Clerks 1, go fuck yourself. If you haven't watched Clerks 2, I understand that.
I like the second.
Oh, I fucking love every movie he does within the View Askew universe. But I understand why people might not like Clerks 2. Anyways, Clerks 1 is fucking awesome. If you haven't watched it, you should, or go die. That's my stance. He's been trying to get Clerks 3 off the ground for fucking ever. Usually it's Jeff Anderson who is the fucking holdout. And he's like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, what else do you have to do? Go fucking make the movie. Mm-hmm. Take Kevin Smith's money and you can do it. I would love to see what they do, especially after the end of the second one. But I digress.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
We just get more fucking Kevin Smith movies. That's all I want. I don't even care if he just keeps making the same fucking movie. They're just good. Go make Rats too.
They were trying to make the TV show.
Yeah. Man, why do they always gotta hold Kevin Smith down? Fucking Hollywood. Speaking of fucking Hollywood, Uncharted got another director. The Bumblebee movie director.
Travis Knight.
We're now at 7 or something. Or 8 or 9 or how many directors do we have for this fucking movie?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Flash movie.
Yeah, it is the first movie under the PlayStation Productions. But there might be a slight hiccup in that because Sean Layden left PlayStation weirdly last week. It's weird because, like, Sony loves to hype itself, and usually when something happens, they, like, hype the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. They put out a tweet at, like, 4:30. Randomly.
You go on.
And they were like, thank you for your years of service. We wish you luck in your future endeavors. I'm like, oh my God, they WWE'd him. He's worked there since 1987, I think, and worked his way up to head of thing. Mm-hmm. Seems a little weird that they just gave him, like, the one tweet and no, like...
I don't even know. What's a tweet? Like, I don't even...
But that's it. That's all we got was the tweet. There was no press release. There was no, like...
Who cares?
What do you mean? That's...
Do you need a press release when someone leaves their job?
When you're the head of the main branch of the thing, yes. How many times have we... Because that's what they do with everyone when they leave a job at a studio like that.
That's a dumb thing to do anyways.
But that's what they do. And then they announce the next guy. They didn't announce the next guy.
I guess.
Usually they're like, thank you for your years of service, blah, blah, blah. He started here, did this, blah, blah, blah. Here is our new head of this. Welcome. None of that. Single 2-line tweet, done. And no one said a word since. Not even him. He hasn't, like, said, like, I left Sony, I'm starting here, blah, blah, blah. Nothing.
Maybe he's not working anymore. Maybe he's retired.
Then why wouldn't you say I'm retired? Or I'm retiring, blah, 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 blah. It's a little weird. Plus, there's also internal stuff going on at Sony right now that they're fighting over everything. And one of the things might be about this. That they just don't want this in the studio. Or the entire section of that. Because remember, we talked about the Sweet Tooth or Twisted Metal TV series. So one of their big things was this. And then, like, him and, I forget, I think it's like Jeff something, are always, like, internally fighting. And we think they might have just been like, all right, have a good day. You're done here. And then give him a 2-line tweet and they're done. But it was just kind of weird that they, like, that was it. Especially when they talk about anything, they'll like, big announcement coming up tomorrow, or stay tuned for this. And it was just like, you're fired at 4:30 in the afternoon. Have a good day.
That's how he found out, was through the tweet.
But that's the thing. What if he did, right?
No, there's no way that was the.
No.
There's no way that was. But it'd be like, funny.
You get my thing about like future endeavor, because like when someone leaves the WWE, regardless of like if they just fire them or shit can them that week, they're like, so and so has left. We wish them luck on their future. And anytime you see future endeavors, you know some shit went down.
Yeah.
It's never a good sign, ever. When you get shit fanned from this, I'm going to be like, I wish you luck on your future.
When you shit can me from this place, I wish you luck on your future endeavors.
One tweet. I've been tweeting it in 6 months.
I wish Nick luck on his future endeavors. And then I'll get it at home. I'll be like, motherfucker fired me.
So... You got future endeavored, bitch.
You fired me.
Yeah. I tell people should just break up with people.
I wish you luck on your future endeavors.
Yeah. None of this, like, we need to talk bullshit. We need to
just
do
send
this.
Just send a text or a tweet like that.
Just like, sorry, we're done. I wish you luck on your future endeavors.
And just pink slip them.
Write them a letter.
Write that on the pink slip.
You type it out.
You type that on a pink slip, though.
To whom it may concern.
I wish you luck on your future endeavors.
Anthony. Sign it. Just put it in their mailbox and you're done.
And just not wait for the response.
You don't have to give one. You future endeavored them. You don't have to talk to them anymore.
They get it. They know what happened.
I'm gonna get fucking future endeavored. Anyways, this fucking movie, we're never gonna see this movie. This and The Flash, we'll never see.
No.
Which means it'll be in theaters next year because I said it. Because these fucking studios, they don't listen to me when I tell them to make good movies. But he was like, he fucking said it wasn't gonna happen. What fucking movie was I like, we're never gonna fucking see this movie? Shazam. I'm like, we're never gonna fucking see this movie. Because apparently they shot it that weekend because we hadn't seen anything for months.
Up until like 4 weeks before it was out, they hadn't cast Shazam yet. So like,
they shot it that week. It's like, well, you can tell. Actually, no, Shazam's really good. You know what? I'm not getting into that today. Trying to figure out why fucking DC has like, they're like, let's do this, and then they don't. PlayStation, what are you doing? Don't make movies. Tom Holland's still in the role, so at least he has that going for him.
Mm-hmm. Bumblebee wasn't bad though.
I really liked Bumblebee. I like that it's soft reset the universe, so the next Transformers will be good.
I mean, I don't think we're doing that anymore. I thought they canned those films.
How did we... No, well, remember they had a whole bunch of films planned. They made like that think tank to make all the ideas. Yeah. And then they canned all those.
They sank it.
They did, and Bumblebee was the soft reset for
I thought Bumblebee was part of the tanking, and like...
Bumblebee was the course correction soft reboot, even though they didn't call it that.
So there is a future Transformers movies being made.
They're probably in the planning stages, because right now I think they're still trying to get that stupid fucking Snake Eyes spinoff off the ground, which they've cast like 7 people. We just never talk about it because I don't care. Also, they've cast like 15 people for this Mortal Kombat movie, but I don't know who any of them are, but it looks kind of interesting, so I hope it's good. Because
probably not, but yeah.
But the first one's really good.
There's no such thing as good video game movies.
That first Mortal Kombat movie is really good because it gets what the fucking movie is.
It's good in comparison to other video game movies.
No, it's a good movie though. We talk all the time of like, is it a good movie or a good video game movie? Is it a good movie or a good comic book movie? Mortal Kombat happens to be both.
A good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I think standalone, if there was no Mortal Kombat game,
and they just made this
movie, it
would have been an 80s movie that no one watched today. Though.
Oh, it was made in the 90s, and it would have been a 90s movie.
Okay, 90s movie.
It 100% would have been fine.
Maybe.
It would have been fine.
I think it would have.
Speaking of things from the 90s, have you seen what they put up on auction that is fucking terrifying? The Leonardo suit from Turtles in 3.
No.
Oh my god, it
you
is.
gotta show this to me.
It is fucking terrifying.
Like it just like, is it ruined? Is it
Oh yeah, it's ruined. It's falling apart. It is just. I thought it was a joke, but it's not. Let's see if that will get us anything. There we go.
Oh, I seen this. I seen this picture.
I didn't know
what the fuck it was.
I didn't either until
I thought it was a cosplay.
No, it is 100% the suit from Turtles 3, and you can tell, but it is rotting and falling apart.
Oh my god. I saw this picture.
Yeah.
It's 15 grand. Holy shit.
Oh, it didn't sell, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, as of, you could buy it. Obviously, it needs very much repair.
More pictures maybe at the bottom, like a good setup.
No, this website sucks. But this is basically the picture.
Yeah.
That's all you need to see.
Yeah. But I saw that on Twitter or something, and I just thought it was really bad cosplay.
I did too, but no, it is the actual suit.
It looks kind of crappy.
It just, like, you can, and it just, like, Turtles 3
Well, his gums are feeling obsolete.
Turtles 3 wasn't the best, but, like, this just makes me sad. Because, like, probably the 1 and 2 suits are probably, like, somewhere, like, either sealed away or they're in somewhere.
They're in the same condition.
No,
why would they have kept them? Why would they kept one suit and not the other if they let them all? Unless this is owned by someone privately and he's just let it run the shit.
It could be because there was probably more than one suit, but I'm sure somewhere there's. Turtles 3 sucked, so they're probably like, we don't give a shit about that. But like the first suits, well, because the first suits were Jim Henson, right?
Yeah.
So they're somewhere in good condition, or at least a good set of them somewhere. But seeing this it makes me sad as a TMNT fan. Because, like, the movie sucked, but seeing this suit in such disrepair, it's falling apart and rotten.
He has, like, jaundice. His eyes were
and he's got lazy eye because this one's coming down. But, it's 100%. As soon as I looked at the thing, I'm like, this is 100% the suit. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I want to deep dive into this. See if
go back here 1 sec. So he unearthed this.
It was just an
auction website.
I want to see if he in the tweet itself if he talks about like
where he found
if the auction site listed where it was or whatever. You ever notice Twitter on like your web browser takes forever to load? Oh my god. Oh, the poor Tauntaun.
Did you read that?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that. Okay. This was sad to click on.
Oh, that is fucking... You should burn that fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to scroll anymore. I'm scared. Seeing all these suits and just sad No, we're not clicking anymore. Let's just go back up to the thing. Do. Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, it's the stunt version.
Huh.
Mark Carlson costume from the Stewart Family Adventures. Wow, the fact that it's called the Stewart Gardens Family Adventures sequel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I like that it starts at this, and then I estimated it's going to that, and then it didn't. Seeing pictures of... Oh, there was more.
Oh!
Ah! High-res pictures are terrible.
The other way.
Yeah. That's it. Like, some of it looks like it's okay, and then just...
I'm just thinking of what we both read and didn't say out loud.
No, definitely
Scroll
not.
down again.
You want to read it again?
I just want to see the picture again.
Is this the turtle too, Donnie? No, that's the 3 too. Look at the dots. So clearly, no one cared about Turtles 3 suits. Okay, that was it. The Falcor, that looks in terrible condition.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Tauntaun. But you know, somewhere there's a good one.
Oh, you would think.
Because like it's the Star Wars Tauntaun. Jack-o'-lantern. Like, it's just, these people just, like, they probably keep these and then just keep them in their basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just like, why? They're talking about the head from the, I've seen this clip.
It is only $2,000.
Yeah. It's just saying it looks like this guy. Oh, that's funny. Oh, look at Chucky. See, this is what I initially thought this was. Because that's the head from that one, like, short. It's about Casey Jones.
I've seen that clown before. It scares the shit out of me.
That's the original It clown. Of, who was it? It was,
That was it?
Russell. No. Tim Curry.
That was him?
Yeah. It was one of the looks he had. Mm-hmm. I've never watched that original one, nor do I want to. I want to see part 2 of the other one, though. Mm-hmm. So, real quick, Michael Rosenbaum, not going to be in Crisis. Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Not a fan of, like, what he said, or why he's not going to be in it. It just sucks.
Just unfortunate the way it played out.
Yeah, but and I was hoping he was.
Yeah.
But they got one of the Birds of Prey, which I did not think DC or Warner Brothers would ever mention that they made. But they are.
They're hyping Birds of Prey right now.
Yeah, but like that one was...
Both are garbage, buddy.
It started off... So here's the thing. Birds of Prey, the TV show, started off with such a cool premise. And then just... It wasn't bad, actually. Mm-hmm. It's not...
watched it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I kind of want to... Yeah, I kind of want to check it out again. The only thing that was ultimately disappointing was the build up to Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. And then you see her, and then it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Not a good choice for the show.
No,
but the character from, I'm assuming, Huntress.
Yeah, it's Huntress.
Yeah. It will be on the CW show.
And like, it now makes all of these things canon within the Arrow versus history. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's so cool.
Very cool.
And like, it made it now the Flash, Birds of Prey, allegedly the Batman 66, because Ward's playing something off of that, and then just like everything is canon, and I'm like, that's so cool. I did read an interesting thing, and it was IGN's article, and it was listing things that were all canon, and they were talking about Black Lightning and how they're going to bring him over, and they were saying that like it could be Ollie going around to the different multiverses, recruiting people to help with the Monitor to fight the Anti-Monitor and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, that's a cool idea. And then they mentioned something, I forgot what the article itself was, but was like, what if at the end of Crisis, all these worlds are just now one, but it's just the Arrowverses that like get talked about, whatever. Mm-hmm. So like now, Supergirl, Superman, Black Lightning are all in one universe instead of having separated them all because of obviously being on different shows and eras or whatever. Yeah. But Crisis sets them all back to one. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, for storyline purposes, that would be way more fucking convenient.
Yeah, they'd always have to come up with a reason
why they cross over. Yeah. I'm like, they should probably do that, and I bet you they won't. But And
like I said, even at the end of this, I'm still going to feel shortchanged.
And what annoys me the most is it's always those people arguing of like, well, if you have the Supergirl there, why doesn't Flash just call her all the time? And I'm like, because that's not how fucking comics work. God damn it. Do you think Spider-Man does not want to call on Thor anytime he has a fucking issue with the Goblin? Just be like, come smash him with your hammer. That's not how comic books work. They only team up when they fucking have to. Mm-hmm. Like, we know this for a fact because Marvel, most of their heroes half the time are just chilling in New York.
Everyone lives in New York in Marvel Comics.
DC solved this bullshit by just giving everyone their own fucking town, which I've yet to see a map of the entire world because in different comics, you've seen them reference like New York and like other places. Yeah. And I'm like, how big is this earth that you have like Gotham, which supposedly is like next to Metropolis, and then you have Central City, and then you have what's Green Lantern's? Coast. And then New York and shit.
Yeah, like the other real cities.
How? How in the flying fuck do you work this mental gymnastics of a planet? You don't.
Just a little bigger.
But I do like that DC does have their own things.
Yeah,
it makes them
not everyone in one
but
city.
But then I like Marvel on the other side having like, they do have street level heroes, which is like your Spider-Mans, your Luke Cages and shit. And they're all based out of New York, defending different areas of New York. Like Daredevil's like, nah, I just do Hell's Kitchen.
No, he's like, if it's outside that line, fuck it.
Yeah, rarely do they ever actually stay in New York type of thing unless it's like their own books. And, like, they do reference, it's like, oh, there's Daredevil down the street or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, they're all busy with their own shit. They don't have time to fight everyone's villains. Fucking Punisher just can't roll up every week and be like, yo, I'm going to fight with Spider-Man this week. And by fight, I mean kill all his...
He just kills his rogues for him. He's like, yeah, problem solved. Yeah,
thanks.
Go back to school, kid.
Like,
fuck.
Pretty sure he's an adult now.
Well, you know what I mean. He could have done it years ago.
This fucking podcast has been so dumb. Anyways,
it's been a rough one.
Thank you for joining us on this week's podcast. Please comment, like, follow, subscribe, and come back next week.
Please.
Because if you don't, we totally can't. We should never record this late. We'll be back next week. Goodbye.